Okay guys, today we're going to be taking a look at combining different trackers to solve an otherwise difficult track. As you can see, I've tracked this briefcase and attached this text to it, and it's tossing and turning quite nicely with the briefcase. So without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off, this is the original plate. And we need to add a planar tracker to start tracking the briefcase. So shift space, type in planar, and enter. Let's just drag this over here. View the node. Now, in the planar tracker, you can see it generated a keyframe. For the planar tracker to work, you need to have something called a reference time, which essentially is the frame that you draw your tracking shape on. So I like to start in the middle of the shot, so I'm going to choose that as my reference frame by hitting Set in the Controls tab. And now I'm going to draw a quick shape around the briefcase, like so. Now, I'm keeping this shape fairly simple, but I will add in the handles, like so. If you select, this goes for any mask of any kind. If you select any points and then hit Shift S, you will essentially smooth them out. And if you don't want that, you can hit Shift L to get them back to how they were before. So Shift S for smooth, Shift L to have them with a linear curve. All right. Now I've already done the effect and I've tried it with the default settings without luck. I can just show you real quick. Yeah, so it is very glitchy. The problem is that we lose frames where the mask is slipping entirely. Frame 36 to 42 is essentially non-existent in the planar tracker because they lose the area. You see, it's all over the place. We definitely need to go back and tweak the settings a little bit. So there are several options that you can try, but the ones I chose for this that worked the best was switching the tracker from point to hybrid point area. The motion type, switch that from perspective to affine. And if we try now, you can see, yeah, this is already a huge improvement. So if we go into the operation mode here, change it from track to steady and zoom in on the case itself. Now, essentially what we've done is that we are steadying the frame on the briefcase. Now, it is not fully stabilized, but giving us quite a good starting point to work on. So now we're going to be creating a little workspace. First of all, let me just copy and paste the planar tracker. View that, and then hit invert. So now you can see we're back to where we started, but anything that happens in here now will deform in the way the planar tracker is deforming. So if we add a merge node here and add a noise texture, like so, pipe that into the merge. With the merge selected, hit the rectangle mask, just so we can limit the noise to be inside the mask area. And now if we go back to the last planar tracker node, view that, and you can see it's already tracking the briefcase somewhat, but it's not perfect. And to make it perfect, we can build upon the job this tracker is doing with more trackers. Shift space to add a tracker. Let me just move this over here. So with the tracker selected, just drag the tracker to a suitable area on the object you want to track. You can create more trackers as well for more accuracy, like so. I'm going to go with that. So when choosing locations to track, the rule of thumb is to go for high contrast areas, like so. And when you've chosen your locations, just go into the tracker tab and hit track backwards and forwards. Now it's tracking quite nicely, and I think we are good to proceed. So now if we add a text layer, let me just view the text, type in nuclear codes, type in new clear codes, change the font, maybe make it look a bit nicer. Now, if we have the tracker, the point tracker selected, go into operation, switch the operation from none to match move, then we can see how well it is tracking. So let me just scale it a little bit better here. Also rotate it a little bit like. Okay, so if we view the last planar tracker, we would be getting a better view as it would have all the warps enabled. So if we single this out, you can see. Yeah, this is quite nice. I actually like this a lot. Yeah, just for appearance's sake, we can go through some steps to make it look a bit nicer. Shift space, create a merge, pipe the first planar tracker into the yellow input and the point tracker into the green. Now, the point tracker node has a merge function, but it's a little limited for my tastes. Like, you can't adjust the opacity or anything like that. So to get that control back, we need to do a little workaround. So switch the merge from foreground over background to foreground only, like so. And then if we go down here to the new merge we created, now we essentially have a merging operation with all of the merge controls that you would expect, which is nice. Let's just pipe this into the planar tracker as well, like so. Now, what I want to do is essentially create an effect where these letters are blended a bit nicer into the leather of the briefcase. So in the merge node, if we just view that, if you change the operator from over to mask, you're essentially using this white portion as a alpha mask to cut off the background. And if we add another merge, let me just pipe this in here as well. We can also move this down like that. Pipe this in like so. Now, if we go into the merge, change the apply mode from normal to, say, overlay, you can now see we have some pretty decent light play here already. If I switch on high quality mode, you can see the edges a little bit better. Let me just also pipe the latest merge into the planar tracker and maybe color correct it a little bit. Maybe increase the gain and then decrease the color. I think that's tracking quite nicely. To add a bit more realism, let me just go ahead and copy this tracker like so. Pipe the planar tracker into it and alt-click to create a router and hide incoming connections to avoid overlapping cables. So what we can do to increase the realism a little bit here now is we could take a few masks, a few rectangle masks, and just create a mask over the text. Just copy it over here. Now, if we drag these two masks into the green output of the new tracker, now we've created an animated mat that is actually being tracked onto the case. Now, if we pipe this into the blue one here and then go into the settings and choose apply mask inverted, now you can see we're masking away the text where these lines on the bags are. We can feather the edge a little bit, maybe not too much. And they will also be tracking the briefcase. And there you have it. We've combined two trackers, and I'd say the text is sitting quite nicely. All right, that's all for now. Hope you learned something. Hope you found it useful, and thanks for watching. Until next time.